I seek refuge in God from Satan. In the name of Allah, who is gracious and merciful. Quran topics by Tanvir Kazmi, chapter number 70 and number 148. Jinns. English audio number 1. Surah Al Hijr, number 15, verse 26. We created the human being from aged mud, like the potter's clay, like the potter's clay. As for the jinn, we created them before that from blazing fire. Surah Al Jinn, number 72, verse 1. Say, I was inspired that a group of jinns listened, then said, we have heard a wonderful Quran. It guides to righteousness, and we have believed in it. We will never set up any idols beside our Lord. The Most High is our only Lord. He never had a mate nor a son. It is the foolish among us who used to utter such nonsense about Allah. We thought that neither the humans nor the jinns could possibly utter lies about God. Human beings used to seek power through jinn beings, but they only afflicted them with a lot of adversity. They thought, just like you thought, that Allah would not send any other messenger. We touched the skies and found it filled with formidable guards and projectiles. We used to sit there in order to spy. Anyone who listens is pursued by powerful projectile. We have no idea if something bad is intended for the inhabitants of earth or if their Lord wills to redeem them. Some of us are righteous and some are less than righteous. We follow various paths. We knew full well that we can never run away from God on earth. We can never run away and escape. When we heard the guidance, we believed therein. Anyone who believes in his Lord will never fear any injustice nor any affliction. Among us are the submitters, and among us are the compromisers. As for those who submitted, they are on the right path. Surah Al An'am, number 6, verse 99. He is the one who sends down from the sky water, whereby we produce all kinds of plants. We produce from the green material multitudes of complex grains, palm trees with hanging clusters, and gardens of grapes, olives, and pomegranates, fruits that are similar yet dissimilar. Note their fruits as they grow and ripen. These are signs for people who believe, yet they set up beside God idols from among the jinns, though He is one who created them. They even attribute to Him sons and daughters without any knowledge. Be He glorified, He is the Most High, far above their claims. Surah Al-An'am number 6 verse 128. The day will come when He summons all of them and say, O you jinns, you have claimed a multitude of humans. Their humans companions will say, Our Lord, we enjoyed each other's company until we wasted the lifespan you had set up for us. He will say, Hell is your destiny. They live therein forever in accordance with God's will. Your Lord is wise, all knowing. We thus match the wicked to be companions of each other as a punishment for their transgressions. O you jinns and humans, did you not receive messengers from among you who narrated to you my revelations? Who narrated to you my revelations and warned you about the meeting of this day? They will say, We bear witness against ourselves. They were totally preoccupied with their worldly life, and they will bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. This is how, this is to show that your Lord never destroyed any community unjustly while its people are unaware. Everyone will attain a rank commensurate with their deeds. Your Lord is never unaware of anything they do. Surah Al Araf, number 7, verse 37. Who is more evil than those who invent lies about Allah or reject His revelations? These will get their share in accordance with the book. Then, when our messengers come to terminate their lives, they will say, Where are the idols you used to implore beside God? They will say, They have abandoned us. They have abandoned us. They will bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. He will say, enter with the previous communities of jinns and humans into hell. Every time a group enters, they will curse their ancestral group. Once they are all in it, the latest one will say of the previous one, our Lord, these are the ones who misled us. Give them double the punishment of hell. He will say, each receives double, but you do not know. The ancestral group will say to the later group, since you had an advantage over us, taste the punishment for your own sins. Surah Al Araf, number 7, verse 178. Whomever God guides is the truly guided one, and whomever he commits to straying, these are the losers. We have committed to hell multitude of jinns and humans. They have minds with which they do not understand, eyes with which they do not see, and ears with which they do not hear. They are like animals. No, they are far worse. They are totally unaware. Surah Al Hud, number 11, verse 117. Your Lord never destroyed any community unjustly, while its people are righteous. Had your Lord willed, all the people would have been one congregation of believers. But they will always dispute. Only those blessed with mercy from your Lord. This is why He created them. The judgment of your Lord has already been issued. I will fill hell with jinns and humans altogether. Surah Al Hijr, number 15, verse 26. We created the human being from major mud, like the potter clay. As for the jinns, we created them before that from blazing fire. Your Lord said to the angels, I am creating a human being from aged mud, like the potter's clay. Once I perfect him and blow into him from my spirit, you shall fall prostrate before him. The angels fell prostrate, all of them except Iblis, Satan. He refused to be with the prostrators. He said, O Iblis, why you are not with the prostrators? He said, I am not to prostrate before a human being, whom you created from aged mud, like the potter's clay. He said, therefore you must get out, you are banished. You have incurred my condemnation until the day of judgment. You have incurred my condemnation until the day of judgment. He said, my Lord, respite me until the day they are resurrected. He said, you are respited until the specified day and time. He said, my Lord, since you have willed that I go astray, I will surely entice them on earth. I will send them all astray, except those among your worshippers who are devoted absolutely to you alone. This is the law that is inviolable. You have no power over my servants. You only have power over the strays who follow you. And hell awaits them all. It will have 7 gates. Each gate will get a specific share of them. As for the righteous, they will enjoy gardens and springs. Surah Bani Israel, number 17, verse 86. If we will, we can take back. If we will, we can take back what we reveal Quran to you. Then you will find no protector against us. This is but mercy from your Lord. His blessings upon you have been great. Say, if all the humans and all the jinns banded together in order to produce a Quran like this, they could never produce anything like it, no matter how much assistance, no matter how much assistance they lent one another. We have cited for the people in this Quran all kinds of examples, but most people insist upon disbelieving. Surah Al Kahf, number 18, verse 50. We said to the angels, fall prostrate before Adam. They fell prostrate except Satan. He was a jinn, for he disobeyed the order of his Lord. Will you choose him and his descendants as Lord instead of me, even though they are your enemies? What a miserable substitute. Surah Al Naml, number 27, verse 16. Solomon was David's heir. He said, O my people, We have been endowed with understanding the language of the birds and all kinds of things we have been bestowed upon us. This is indeed a real blessing. Mobilized in the service of Solomon were his obedient soldiers of jinns and humans, as well as the birds, all at his disposal. Surah Al-Naml number 27 verse 36. When the hoopoe returned to Solomon and he responded, "Are you giving me money? What God has given me is far better than what he has given you. You are the ones who rejoice in such gift." Surah Al-Naml number 27 verse 36. When the hoopoe bird returned to Solomon and he responded, "Are you giving me money? What God has given me is far better than what he has given you. You are the ones who rejoice in such gifts." To the hoopoe bird he said, "Go back to them. We will come to them with forces they cannot imagine. We will evict them, humiliated and debased." He said, "O you elders, which of you can bring me her throne before they arrive here as submitters, Muslimin?" One afraid from the jinn said, "I can bring it to you before you stand up. I am powerful enough to do this." Surah Al Sajdah number 32 verse 13. Had we willed, we could have given every soul its guidance, but it is already predetermined that I will fill hell with jinns and humans altogether. Taste the consequences of your forgetting this day. Now we forget you. You have incurred eternal punishment in return for your own works. Surah Sabah number 34 verse 12. To Solomon we committed the wind at his disposal, traveling 1 month coming and 1 month going, and we caused a spring of oil to gush out for him. Also the jinns worked for him by his Lord's permission. Any one of them who disregarded our commands, any one of them who disregarded our commands, we subjected him to severe punishment. They made for him anything he wanted: niches, statues, deep pools, and heavy cooking pots. A family of Davids work to show your appreciation. Only a few of my servants are appreciative. When the appointed time for his death come, when the appointed time for his death came, they had no clue that he has died. Not until one of the animals tried to eat his staff and he fell down did the jinns realize that he was dead. They thus realized that if they really knew the unseen, they would have stopped working so hard as soon as he died. Sadaqallahu Azim.